This morning we have a very special guest among us. We have the principal of Bowie High, Dr. Bowie, who's going to have a chance to share a few words with us. But more than anything, she's here because, I don't know if you have noticed, but they're next to us. And I don't know if you have noticed, but I think that God wants us to be good neighbors to them. I don't know if you noticed, but I do believe that God wants us to support them in the ways that they are doing their best to educate and make of these young men and women not just successful people, but good people. I don't know if you have noticed, but I think God doesn't want us to wash our hands and say, they're not our kids, because they are our kids. And so, in the midst of that, can we give a hand as we welcome Dr. Bowie here among us?
Sorry, I might have to move it up just a little. Pastor Daniel and I are almost the same height, not quite. Good morning. I just want to first say thank you so much. I'm definitely humble and just very excited about being here. I'm always excited about representing Bowie High School. Just to give you a little bit of background as far as my background, I am a proud product of Prince George's County Public Schools myself. I am from Prince George's County. I went to Frederick Douglass High School down in Upper Marlboro, and I left to go to undergrad in North Carolina, but I came back home to Prince George's County. And even though when I left, my intention wasn't to go into education. I came from a family of educators and said, no way, there's no way I would become a teacher, do anything as it related to education. And then out of college, my first opportunity, I stood in front of a group of 7th graders as a science teacher and knew that that was where I was supposed to be. And so I have been an educator here in Prince George's County for 16 years. I've had the opportunity to serve the students and the staff and the community of Bowie for the last 10 years. I can't believe it's been 10 years, but it's been 10 years at this point. I'm in my 5th year as principal, and prior to that, I served 5 years as an assistant principal at Bowie High School. And this opportunity that Pastor Daniel and St. Matthew's has provided to us to be welcomed and to be given a word of thank you, believe me, it does not go without notice and appreciation. Every one of us in terms of staff, whether teachers, paraprofessionals, administrators, bus drivers, we realize the importance of our work. We realize the challenge of our work, but we also enjoy the work that we do immensely. As you may have noticed, if you've lived in Bowie any amount of time, you know, Bowie High School has changed a little bit. We're actually in our 50th year, if you can believe that. Bowie High School has been existing now for 50 years, and we're working with the city of Bowie to put on a big production and celebrate our 50 years at Bowie High School. But in the midst of the changes that have taken place at the school, I think that they're a reflection of just the changes in the community as well. And with those changes have come some very outstanding accomplishments. And sometimes those things don't always get noticed. And so I appreciate the opportunity this morning to share that with you, in that I see when I came in 2 or 3, 4 of our students or former students. And so at this time, just so that I'm able to see, if you are a graduate of Bowie High School, an alumni or a staff member, or maybe you sent one of your kids to Bowie High School, can you please stand? Anybody do Bowie? Yay! All right. Thank you so much. Well, I thank you as well for being well represented. In the 10 years that I've been at Bowie High School, I have definitely seen changes in terms of our enrollment. We're one of the largest schools in Prince George's County Public Schools, but we're also one of the most diverse here in Prince George's County. We have outstanding faculty members, many members who live right here in the city of Bowie or went to Bowie High School. I'm amazed at the number of staff members who actually went to Bowie High School and have now come back in order to serve. Also, in addition to that, I look at our students. And I look at the outstanding students that we have at Bowie High School. And sometimes, I'm going to be honest, I get very protective because I feel sometimes that the perception of our kids, particularly high school kids, is not always in a positive light. And that bothers me because I am in the school and educators who were there at the school every day. I see the outstanding work that our kids do each and every day. Our kids are challenged with things that I couldn't imagine as a 15 or 16-year-old. I tell people all the time, I even tell the students, I said, I would not want to be 15 or 16 in the year 2015. I just wouldn't. And the reason why I say that is because our kids, they have various images and just things that they are bombarded with more so than we were younger. Just the fact of technology and social media and things of that nature, our children are challenged or tasked with a lot. Not only teaching and learning in school, but also what does that look like outside of school. And so I can share with you, if you don't know or you haven't had the opportunity to be at Bowie High School over the last couple of years, we have outstanding students. When I think about overall in terms of our graduation rate is the highest that Bowie High School has ever had in 50 years, at over 90% of our students graduate in 4 years. We have 82% of our students who go to 2- and 4-year colleges outside or once they graduate from high school, which is one of the highest that we've had in 50 years in the time that Bowie has been in existence. And so our students are achieving a lot. They're doing outstanding and wonderful things. And so when I listen to Pastor and I listen to his message about not washing our hands of what's going on, it made me think of the fact that sometimes the perception doesn't always match the reality. And sometimes if we allow the perception that students aren't doing well, that students are disrespectful, that students don't know what they knew 10 or 15 years ago, if we allow that perception to surface and just have that perception, then we essentially will wash our hands and say that we don't want to have anything to do with that. But I'm here to tell you that our students are outstanding. We have some students, a very small population, that need additional encouragement. They need additional support. The students that we have who need that additional support, I get the opportunity to see them grow over the 4 years that they're with us. And many times when they come back, they're a completely different child than the child that we worked with when they were there. And so I attribute that to the fact that we all grow, that we make mistakes, and that hopefully we learn from those mistakes. But I encourage you to stop by and visit us, to see some of that great work that I see each and every day, and I get the pleasure of seeing each and every day. And make sure that that perception that sometimes that is out there is not what the reality is, because it really isn't. Right now, our enrollment is about 2,400 students between our main campus, which is right next door to St. Matthews, and our ninth grade building, which is up Bel Air Drive. I think that's all I have to say this morning. Again, I thank you so much for the opportunity. I look forward to the partnership. Also, I want to acknowledge Pastor Daniel. I met Pastor Daniel when he first came to St. Matthews last year. He actually, I don't even think that he was here maybe 2 weeks before he came over and reached out. And in my 10 years at Bowie High School, I had never experienced that from any church or pastor or anything like that, to come over and just want to get to know us and to partner with us and to offer any type of service and support. And so I greatly appreciate that. Our staff greatly appreciate the refreshments and cookies that you provided at our staff members. You'd be surprised as a teacher, sometimes at the end of the day, just one good cookie will just do it, right? It'll just take you to another place. And so we appreciate St. Matthews for reaching out and supporting us. Last year, the scholarships that you provided to our 2 seniors was just phenomenal. I mean, we really, really appreciate all that you have done thus far, and we look forward to a continued partnership in years to come. Thank you.